Okay, so let's just dive right in. The world of AI tools, especially now in 2026, is, well, it's powerful, it's exciting, and if we're being honest, it's kind of overwhelming. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to build your ultimate free AI toolkit, and more importantly, give you a real strategy to make it all work for you. And this right here is the perfect place to start. I mean, think about it. Just a year ago, AI video felt like a fun little toy, right? Something to play with. But now, as this quote just nails, it's a core part of the production workflow. It's a serious tool for getting real work done. And it is not just video, not by a long shot. This isn't some niche trend for the early adopters anymore. Check this out. Over 90% of developers in the US are already using AI in their work. It has officially gone mainstream. It's just a standard part of the professional toolkit now. Which, brings us to the big question. With all these options, all these different features, all these subscription plans getting thrown at you, how do you build a powerful workflow that uses all this incredible tech without spending a single dime? Well, that is exactly what we're here to figure out. So let's start by putting together your personal creative toolkit. We're going to go through the absolute best-in-class free options across every major category you're going to need. First up, we got to talk about the foundation of pretty much any project: text and ideas. This is the world of AI chatbots and coding assistants, the tools that really help you think, write, and create from scratch. Now, here's what's super interesting about this. The best tool isn't about which one's the smartest, not at all. It's about what you're trying to do. You need to analyze a massive, 100-page document. Claude's 200,000 token context window, which is basically its short-term memory, is unbeatable on a free plan. Or maybe you need cited factual research for a paper. Perplexity's literally built for that. The key takeaway is you have to match the tool to the task. Okay, so from there, let's move on to visuals. This is where we take those text-based ideas and turn them into, stunning images and really compelling video clips. For images, it is all a game of trade-offs. As you can see, Bing is super generous with its free generations. You can even use them commercially. But, and it's a big but, it puts a watermark on everything. On the flip side, Leonardo and Playground give you more control and no watermarks, but their daily token limits, think of those as your daily creative allowance, are way, way tighter. The free video world is even more specialized, so it really pays to know what you want before you even start. The table shows it pretty clearly. Kling gives you a bunch of daily credits, and it's fantastic for smooth, realistic motion. Pika, that's your go-to for those wild, creative, almost trippy effects. And Sora, which you can get to through the free version of ChatGPT, has the best grasp of physics for those cinematic shots. But its free allowance is the smallest. You're basically picking a specialist for every single clip. And of course, no creative project is really complete until you add sound. This covers everything from your background music all the way to voiceovers. Yeah, the audio space has some really clear winners. Suno is it's the undisputed champion for AI music. The quality is amazing and the free credits are really generous. And for voice, Noise.ai is totally setting the new standard for realism, offering an incredible emotional range for your narrations, all on a free tier. Okay, we've built our free toolkit. But as we all know, free rarely means there are no strings attached. So let's talk about the real cost of free and what you're actually trading for that $0 price tag. The most common catch, the one you'll hit first, is usage limits. ChatGPT's free tier, for example, caps you at just 10 messages every 5 hours. Claude limits you per conversation. Now, that's totally fine for a few casual questions, but if you're trying to do deep, focused work, you will hit these walls constantly. It's just a fact. The next cost is performance. Free tiers are often slowed down during busy times, which means slower speeds for you. And this is a big one, you often don't even get access to the company's best AI model. The most powerful versions, like Claude's top-tier Opus model, are kept behind the paywall for paying customers. And finally, we have to talk about privacy and ownership. With a lot of free plans, your data can be used to train their AI, and whatever you create is often made public by default. Paid plans are what give you the power to opt out of that and to keep your work private. So, just to sum it all up, this is what free usually means in practice. You're probably going to be dealing with watermarks, shorter video clips, lower resolution, locked features, and your work being public. It's a constant trade-off between cost and control. So, knowing all this, how do we actually make it work? This brings us to the most important part, the strategy. Here's how you can squeeze the absolute maximum value out of the free AI ecosystem. The secret is what I call the multi-platform free strategy. You don't stick to just one tool. You start your research in Claude, right? But when you hit that message limit, you just hop over to ChatGPT to keep brainstorming. You use up your daily credits on Kling for one video clip, then you jump over to Pika for the next one. By rotating, you're combining the strength and the allowances of every free tool out there. Now, this strategy is really powerful, but it does create a little bit of friction, right? So that leads to the inevitable question. When does it finally make sense to pull out your wallet and pay? Well, the answer depends completely on your workflow. If you are a developer, upgrading is an absolute no-brainer. The performance gap between a free model and a specialized coding model like Claude Opus 4.6 is just massive. Paying for it gives you access to tools that will literally save you hours of work every single week. Same exact thing goes for video creators. The minute you need to remove watermarks or generate clips that are longer than just a few seconds, or get reliable 1080p output, the free ride is pretty much over. Paying is what unlocks those professional-grade features. And look, if your entire workday happens inside of Gmail and Google Docs, then the Gemini Pro upgrade becomes essential. Its value isn't just about the AI model itself. It's about having that AI seamlessly built into the tools you are already using all day, every day. So we've explored the tools, we've talked about the costs, and we've laid out the strategies. The only thing left to talk about is your next move. Because the real takeaway here isn't about any single piece of software. Here it is. The most important takeaway from all of this is this. The best AI tool is not the one with the most features. It's the one that fits your workflow. The most advanced model in the entire world is completely useless if it doesn't amplify the way that you already work and think and create. And that leaves us with one final thought. We need to stop asking which AI is the smartest, and we need to start asking a much more powerful question. What is it that I need to build? Because your answer to that, that's what will truly define your toolkit.